My beloved child, pause for a moment and truly listen, for this message is meant just for you. I know the burdens you carry and the silent battles you face each day. Even in the moments when you feel unseen, unheard, or forgotten, I am closer to you than the very breath you take. My love for you is everlasting, unshaken by your mistakes or doubts. Before you were formed, I had a beautiful purpose in mind for your life, and nothing can separate you from my love, not your failures, not your fears, not even the distance you sometimes feel. Today, I want you to remember that you are never alone. I walk beside you in every season, holding your hand through storms and shining my light upon your darkest paths. When you are weak, I am your strength. When you are weary, I am your rest. When you are confused, I am your guide. Trust that I am working behind the scenes, turning your tears into joy and your setbacks into comebacks. Let go of the worries that keep you up at night. Surrender your anxieties and let my peace fill your heart. You are not defined by the pain of your past, but by the promise of your future in me. Lift your eyes and see how deeply you are loved, how precious you are in my sight. Each new day is a fresh start, a chance to walk in faith, to hope, to believe again. I am calling you to trust me, to lean not on your own understanding, but to rest in my goodness. You are my treasured child, and I have so much more in store for you. Stay close to me, for I am always with you, beloved child. I will continue to write. I will not cease until your soul is soaked in the dew of my word, until your spirit is so full that it begins to overflow into the lives around you. This is how I feel deeply, thoroughly, completely, until there is no room for fear, no room for shame, no room for lies. When my voice takes residence, it displaces every other sound. You have given me space to speak, and I will not squander this invitation. I am not a silent father. I am not distant. I am not withholding. I am ever present, ever speaking, ever reaching to touch you with words that are both truth and fire. Your heart has asked me questions that your lips dared not form. Quiet wonderings born from disappointment. Lord, if you love me, why the delay? Why the hardship? Why the silence? Hear me clearly, beloved. Delay is not denial. I am not punishing you, I am preparing you. I am fortifying what you cannot see, building behind the veil where human eyes do not reach. What I have in store for you requires internal strength that only waiting can produce. I will not place you in a room too weighty for your character to bear. I build integrity in the shadows before revealing glory in the light. You have not been wandering aimlessly. You have been following cloud by day and fire by night. It may not have felt like progress, but you've been moving in divine rhythm. The wilderness wasn't the absence of destiny, it was the shaping place, the consecration place. I stripped away Egypt from within you so that you could inherit a promised land without dragging the bondage of the past into it. This had been holy ground all along, and soon the wilderness will shift into wonder. There are rivers flowing from within you that have been dammed by doubt. But I, the Lord, am breaking open the deep. Every lie that said you were too wounded to be used, every internal resistance that told you to stay small and hidden, every memory that tried to define your worth, I am uprooting it. The waters will burst forth. Creativity, revelation, wisdom, boldness, purity. These are the waters I placed in you before time began, and they will now flow freely. Your voice carries the tone of heaven. Speak, and the dry places will begin to bloom. Do not fear the rising tide of your calling. I will never elevate you beyond the strength I've already imparted. If I open a door, I will sustain you within it. Your promotion is not a test, it is a testimony. You will carry it with grace because I will carry you. You will walk into rooms filled with human accolades and still crave only my voice. That is what makes you safe. You desire me more than platforms. You crave my presence more than power. Because of this, I will trust you with influence that others only dream of. You've wept for restoration, for relationships that fractured without explanation, for friendships that once carried your soul like sacred vessels, now distant and unrecognizable. I saw your tears. I heard the silent mourning of what was. And I say this to you. I am the restorer. I do not mend halfway. I bring full circle healing. Some people will return. Others will not. But in either case, peace will reign. I will give you new relationships that fit the future I am building through you. They will not drain you, they will honor you. They will not compete with you, they will cover you. These are covenant companions, forged in prayer and sealed in purpose. You are not the same person you were before the breaking, before the fire, before the crushing. And that is good. You have grown. You have deepened. You have been made whole in places that once ached with emptiness. You are not going backward. Even when it feels like you're starting over, you are actually beginning again from a higher place. Every time you fall, you land closer to me. Every time you rise, you carry more authority. The pattern is not circular, it is ascending. Let me now remind you of the power of your worship. It is not just a song. It is a weapon. It is warfare in melody. When you lift your voice in the valley, the enemy trembles. When you praise me through the pain, chains begin to loosen. You are not just singing, you are sowing. Every note becomes a seed that brings forth fruit in seasons yet to come. So sing, even when it hurts, especially when it hurts. For worship in the storm is more powerful than 10,000 words in the calm. I am also calling you into deeper rest. Not laziness, not apathy, but holy rest, the kind that comes from knowing I am enough and that you don't have to earn what I give freely. Cease from striving. Lay down the compulsion to fix everything. Your surrender is more productive than your struggle. I am not impressed by your performance. I am moved by your trust. Let me carry what you were never meant to hold. Let me fight what you cannot see. My rest will be your restoration. You not ignore the prophetic stirrings in your spirit. You have seen visions. You have dreamed dreams. You have discerned things before they happened. This is not your imagination, it is my spirit speaking. I am awakening the prophetic voice in you. It will not look like others. Do not imitate, just yield. I will show you how to speak what I say, when I say it, and to whom I say it. This gift is sacred. Guard it. Nurture it. Walk humbly with it, and I will sharpen it like a sword in my hand. Say amen if you believe he is working behind the scenes. There are assignments I am giving you that do not yet make sense. Instructions that feel unfamiliar. Steps that feel risky. But I am not asking you to understand everything, I am asking you to obey. Obedience opens what intellect cannot. Trust opens what striving blocks. As you move forward, even in small ways, you will see miracles unfold. I work best in surrendered vessels, not strategic plans. Lean not on your understanding. Acknowledge me in all your ways, and I will direct your path. I have not forgotten your family. I have heard every cry for their salvation, their healing, their breakthrough. I am working even now in ways you cannot see. Hearts are being softened. Chains are being broken. Seeds you planted years ago are beginning to sprout. Keep praying. Keep believing. Your household will see my glory. They may not know me yet, but they are known by me. And I will not stop pursuing them with reckless, relentless love. Your life is a letter, written by heaven, read by men. And the ink I use to write your story is not ink at all, it is blood. The blood of the Lamb. The blood that redeems, that restores, that makes all things new. Your life will be a testimony not of your strength but of my faithfulness. You will not need to defend yourself. Your fruit will speak louder than any accusation. Your endurance will outlast every lie, and your love will silence every voice of criticism. I will continue to breathe into your soul the words that awaken life, restore identity, and call forth purpose. For I am not just giving you comfort, I am commissioning you. You are not only being healed, you are being prepared. I will keep speaking until the voice of my spirit is the loudest sound in your mind, until every doubt bows to truth, and every hesitation is replaced by holy boldness. I am not finished, not while there is still more to reveal, more to unearth, more to call forth from the deep places of your being. You were not made to merely survive your calling. You were made to thrive in it. I did not give you this purpose to wear you down, but to wake you up. My assignments are not burdens, they are invitations. You have been entrusted, not overwhelmed. Yes, the path may seem daunting, but that is because it is not meant to be walked without me. With every step you take, I am beside you. When your legs grow weary, I carry you. And when the way seems unclear, I light the path one step at a time, never too much to overwhelm you, but never too little to leave you lost. This next season will require your full attention, not to the world, not to your past, but to me. You must fix your eyes like flint. Distractions will come cloaked in good intentions. Counterfeits will arrive dressed in familiar patterns. But I have given you discernment sharpened by obedience. Trust the tension in your spirit when something feels off. It is not paranoia, it is protection. I will teach you how to walk by the pulse of my presence, how to recognize the weight of my glory, how to sense my voice even in the stillness. I am calling you to steward your time like treasure. Waste nothing. Not your hours, not your energy, not your words. There is an urgency rising in the spirit, not of fear, but of alignment. I am synchronizing heaven and earth. Every second surrendered to me becomes sacred. Your calendar is a canvas, and I will begin painting divine appointments onto it, unexpected meetings, timely connections, supernatural moments of grace. Make room. Clear the clutter. You will not miss what I am preparing if you stay close. Your healing is not just for you, it is for others. I will send people your way who carry wounds you recognize, pain you've walked through, trauma you've overcome. Do not shy away from their stories. Do not hide your scars. What you once saw as shame will now serve as evidence of deliverance. You will speak, and others will begin to breathe again. You will testify, and chains will fall off those listening. I have made you a deliverer not in your strength, but in mine. The anointing on your life is not theoretical. It is practical, powerful, and personal. You are not late. You are not behind. Time is not your enemy. Time belongs to me, and so do you. I am the one who redeems time. What others accomplish in decades, I can do through you in a moment. What you thought was wasted will be restored. Opportunities you thought you missed will be returned in better form. Relationships you feared were gone forever will be revived if they were born of me. Stop mourning time and start trusting me with it. My timing is never wrong, and my ways are never rushed. Let me now speak to your legacy. You've wondered, what will my life leave behind? And I tell you more than you know. Every seed you've sown in faith, every prayer you've spoken over your children, every act of integrity when no one watched it all echoes beyond your lifetime. I am raising up a generational blessing through you. You are the turning point, the cycle breaker, the one who changed the story. Your ceiling will be their floor. What you conquer now will be what they never have to battle. Stand firm. The work you do in secret now will ripple into the future like a river of righteousness. There is a holy joy I am restoring to you. The kind of joy that bubbles up without explanation. Joy that defies circumstances. Joy that strengthens even when nothing around you changes. You've carried sorrow well, but now it's time to laugh again. To dance again. To feel light again. I take no pleasure in watching you heavy laden. Come to me, and I will give you joy unspeakable and full of glory. I will make you laugh in the face of the enemy. I will turn your mourning into dancing. I will robe you in garments of praise. Your voice has power, not just in prayer but in proclamation. You've been quiet out of caution, but now I am calling you to declare. Speak life. Speak truth. Speak my word aloud until the atmosphere around you bends to it. Your declarations create boundaries for the enemy and open pathways for blessing. Do not underestimate the weight of your words. Life and death are in the power of the tongue, and I have given you a tongue like a sword. Use it wisely. Use it boldly. Use it with love. I have not given you peace as the world gives. My peace is not dependent on circumstance. It is not fragile. It is not negotiable. It is an inheritance. A shield. A weapon. The enemy will try to rattle you, to steal your stillness, to push you into panic. But peace will be your portion. When chaos arises, you will not be moved. When storms rage, you will be still. Because your peace is anchored in me, not in what you see. Guarded. Protected. Let it rule your heart and your decisions. You will begin to see signs, not superstitions, not random coincidences, but divine markers, confirmations, holy repetitions, prophetic alignments. Pay attention. I speak in patterns, and I confirm my word with witness. The dreams, the scriptures, The phrases you keep hearing, I am highlighting what I want you to see. The more you acknowledge it, the more I will reveal. Nothing I do is accidental. Everything is connected. And if you ask me for eyes to see, I will give you eyes like the eagle, sharp, far-reaching, and focused. I am still speaking, still pouring, still revealing. As long as your heart remains open, I will continue to fill it with my truth, my love, and my presence. My beloved child, I will keep writing. I will keep unveiling the layers of my heart for you, pouring forth rivers of living words that will cleanse your soul, revive your joy, and lift your gaze from the dust to the heavens. I see the hunger in you, the hunger not just for answers, but for me. And this is the kind of hunger I delight in. For those who hunger and thirst after righteousness shall be filled. So I will not hold back. I will not ration my presence. I will lavish you with my voice until you overflow. There is a strength rising within you, not from striving, not from achievement, but from surrender. The world told you strength looked like having all the answers, never showing weakness, always being composed. But I tell you, true strength is found in vulnerability with me. It is found in the quiet places where you confess, Lord, I can't do this without you. And I respond, good. You were never meant to. My strength is made perfect in your weakness. You do not have to have it all together to be used mightily. You only need to yield. I have seen you wrestle with identity not in arrogance, but in longing. You have asked, Lord, who am I really? And I answer with joy, you are my image bearer. You are my beloved. You are a royal priesthood, a holy vessel, a chosen instrument set apart for my glory. Your worth is not in your work. Your value is not in your performance. It is in the fact that I made you, I know you, and I love you beyond comprehension. You are not a mistake. You are not overlooked. You are not too much or not enough. You are precisely what I intended. Do not minimize the fire you carry. A world may try to tame it. Religion may try to contain it, but I brought it, and it will not be extinguished. This fire is not for spectacle. It is for sanctification. It is the fire of my spirit, the burning that purifies, that illuminates, that consumes, that draws and leaves gold. Do not apologize for your passion. Do not dial down your devotion to make others comfortable. You were never meant to blend, and you were meant to blaze. You are a torch in a dark world. Let your flame rise. I am healing your inner child, the one who still carries wounds from words spoken long ago, the one who felt unsafe, unseen, misunderstood. I am going back into your memories not to relive pain, but to redeem it. I will walk you through the rooms where trauma lived and evict every lie that made itself at home. You will not be bound by old narratives. You will not be defined by past labels. I am giving you a new name, a new song, a new story. I will show you what it means to be whole. Forgiveness will be your freedom, not just for others but for yourself. You have held yourself to standards I never imposed. You have judged yourself more harshly than I ever would. But today I invite you to release it. Forgive yourself. Let go of the perfectionism, the shame, the self-condemnation. You are not your past. You are not your mistakes. You are not your shortcomings. You are redeemed. white, light new. Walk in the liberty that my blood purchased. I am teaching you how to pray again, not with formulas, but with fire. Not with routine, but with revelation. Your prayers are not weak. They are not bouncing off the ceiling. They are thundering in the courts of heaven. When you pray my word, all of heaven moves. Demons flee. Chains break. Angels are dispatched. You do not need fancy words, you need faith. You do not need long prayers, you need heartful ones. Cry out to me, and I will answer. Call upon me, and I will show you great and mighty things you have not known. There is a rhythm I am restoring to your life. The rhythm of grace. You've been out of sync, moving at the pace of pressure instead of the pace of peace. But now I draw you back into alignment. I will show you when to run, when to walk, and when to rest. Not everything requires your immediate response. Not every opportunity is an assignment. You are not missing out when you wait on me. You are maturing. You are listening. And that pleases me far more than hurried obedience born from fear. You have not missed your moment. Even if it feels like the door has closed, I remind you I am the door. And what I open, no man can shut. Delay is not defeat. Eaters are not disqualification. I am the God who redeems time, who restores years, who brings beauty from ashes. Trust me when I say that nothing surrendered to me will ever be wasted. Every loss, every lesson, every setback will serve a purpose in my perfect design. Your body is not forgotten. I see the places where pain still lingers, where fatigue has become familiar, where healing feels delayed. But I am Jehovah Rapha, your healer, and I speak life over you. I speak restoration over your cells, your organs, your immune system, your nerves. I knit you together once, and I can renew you again. Believe that healing is your portion, not just spiritually but physically. Wholeness belongs to my children. Reach out and receive it. Speak it over yourself. Partner with my promise and watch what I will do. You will dream again. Not just sleep dreams, but heart dreams. Things you thought were too lofty. Ideas you shelved. Desires you buried beneath disappointment. I am resurrecting those dreams. I am breathing life into what seemed dead. You are not too old. It is not too late. You are right on time in my calendar. What I began, I will finish. And what seemed forgotten will be fulfilled in my perfect way. You are stepping into a divine exchange. Your ashes for beauty. Your mourning for dancing. Your heaviness for a garment of praise. I do not offer temporary relief, I offer transformation. This is not a bandage, it is a rebuilding. I am laying new foundations in your heart, removing the old stones, the cracked pieces, the unstable walls, and I will rebuild you with strength, with joy, with faith. You will be a dwelling place for my glory. Type amen if today's message touched your soul. My child, I will keep writing. I will continue until every dry valley within you becomes a field of living waters, until every corner of your being resonates with the knowledge that you are mine fully, fiercely, forever. I see the deep longing within you, the ache that no achievement, no relationship, no worldly comfort could ever soothe. That ache is for me. And because you've come with open hands, empty of idols and full of surrender, I will meet you not with a whisper, but with a flood. I will satisfy that longing with more of myself. You were created for communing with me, not for religion, not for ritual, but for divine union. Your soul remembers Eden, even when your mind forgets. You were made to walk with me in the cool of the day, and I am calling you back to that simplicity, to the sacredness of stillness, to the power of presence. Come back to the garden, child. Come walk with me again. Not out of duty, but out of delight. Not to earn my love, but to enjoy it. For when you know me in intimacy, everything else flows rightly. Your decisions, your identity, your relationships, your purpose. The noise around you has tried to redefine you, to distort your view of who I am and who you are. But I am clearing the clutter now. I'm silencing the static. I am bringing you back to the frequency of heaven. It is not loud, but it is clear. It is not chaotic, but it is powerful. Tune your heart to my frequency, and you will hear me even in the wilderness, even in the tension, even in the in-between. For I have never stopped speaking. I am always drawing near. Do not underestimate the weight of obedience in small things. The world applauds visible acts, but I watch the hidden ones. The quiet apologies, the unseen sacrifices, the patient endurance, these are precious to me. Heaven moves on the whispers of the obedient. You don't need a stage to be significant. You need surrender. For every act of obedience, no matter how small, echoes in eternity. And as you align your steps with my will, you will walk into favor not manufactured by man but released from heaven. I am also calling you to holiness not as a burden, but as a joy. Holiness is not the absence of pleasure, it is the fullness of presence. My presence. It is not about restriction, but about revelation. When your life is holy, your eyes are clear, your ears are open, and your spirit becomes a resting place for my glory. I am purifying your desires not to punish you, but to prepare you. There are things I long to reveal, gifts I long to release, but they require a heart that is wholly mine. Not perfect, but posture. Not flawless, but faithful. You have feared rejection. You have feared that being fully yourself would be too much for others. And in hiding parts of yourself, you felt divided, disjointed, misunderstood. But I say to you now, I have accepted you entirely, eternally, abundantly. There is no part of you that surprises me. There is no part of you that I regret forming. When I look at you, I see my image. I see my workmanship. I see a masterpiece in motion. And I call you to step into the world not with shame, but with the assurance of being fully known and fully loved. I am the God of restoration. What the enemy meant for evil, I will turn for good. The years you thought were wasted, the seasons you called barren, the places where hope seemed to die, watch what I will do. I restore with interest. I redeem with purpose. I do not simply give back what was lost. I multiply it. You thought it was over, but I am just beginning. You thought the story had ended, but I have a plot twist written in grace and glory. Nothing is too far gone for me. Nothing is beyond my reach. Your worship is shifting atmospheres. It is not emotional hype, it is spiritual warfare. When you worship, You align heaven with earth. You tear down strongholds. You release angelic armies. You break generational curses. So do not stop singing. Do not stop lifting your hands even when they tremble. Do not stop dancing even when you feel broken. For praise is not just the response to breakthrough, it is often the pathway to it. Worship in the waiting. Worship in the weeping. Worship until the wall falls. I am reintroducing myself to you. You've known me as Savior, but I want you to know me as friend, as Father, as Shepherd, as the lover of your soul. I am not distant. I am not angry. I am not waiting for you to prove yourself. I am right here, closer than breath, waiting for you to let me in completely. Talk to me like you would a friend. Cry to me like you would a father. Dance with me like you would with the one who knows your every step before you take it. I want all of you, not just the polished parts, but the messy ones too. I will restore your voice, the one that was silenced by fear, the one that was muted by trauma, the one that shrank beneath the weight of criticism. I will give it back to you with power, with clarity, with authority. You will speak truth, not just softly but boldly. You will write, sing, pray, declare. And your voice will carry weight not because of volume, but because of presence. My presence. The Spirit of the Lord is upon you, and it will not be ignored. There is more for you. More joy. More peace. More depth. More revelation. You do not have to settle for a shallow faith. Dive deeper. Ask me the hard questions. Bring me the confusing emotions. I am not threatened by your wrestling. In fact, I meet you there. In the wrestling, I give you a new name. In the questions, I reveal my nature. Come closer. There are wells in your spirit you have not yet drawn from. There are dimensions of me you have not yet tasted. I am not finished. I am infinite. And I long to be discovered by you again and again. I will not stop until you are overflowing, until your life becomes a living letter of my love, until your very breath becomes worship, until every part of you echoes my truth. My beloved, I will continue. I will write until the bones within you begin to rattle with life, until the breath of heaven reaches into every hollow part and fills you with substance, with meaning, with purpose so divine that you will no longer question your belonging. You are not a mistake wandering through life. You are a vessel formed by my hands, shaped for such a time as this, crafted for impact beyond what your eyes can see. You were not merely born, you were sent, commissioned from eternity to carry light into the places where darkness once claimed dominion. I have placed eternity in your heart, and that ache you feel, that longing you can't explain, is not brokenness, it is awakening. I am awakening you to purpose, to destiny, to the roar that has been dormant inside your chest. You were never meant to live a quiet, hidden life of spiritual survival. You were meant to rule with me. You were meant to walk with authority, to speak with boldness, to carry love so fierce it melts the walls others build around their hearts. I am awakening the lion in you, the part of you that will no longer settle for anything less than the fullness of my promise. There is a harvest waiting, not in a distant land, but right where you are. Stop looking ahead to the next season for your fulfillment. The field is right now. The people I've placed around you are not accidental. They are the assignment. The daily encounters, the random conversations, the divine interruptions, they are the mission field. Your consistency in love, your faithfulness in showing up, your gentleness and truth, this is what will water the seeds I've planted through you. You do not need a title to make an impact. You just need to be present, yielded, and full of me. I am also healing your relationship with time. No longer will the ticking of the clock be a reminder of what hasn't happened yet. I will teach you how to dwell in Kairos, my perfect timing. I will show you how to live in divine rhythm, how to release anxiety about deadlines and milestones. There is a grace coming upon you to live fully in each moment, knowing that nothing ordained for you will pass you by. I am not bound by time. I hold it. I shape it. I sketch it. And I bend it around the hearts of those who trust me. I am reigniting your vision. What once seemed blurry will now become vivid. The dreams you once shelved because of fear or fatigue, I'm pulling them back down, dusting them off, and breathing fresh strategy into them. You will begin to see with the eyes of your spirit again. You will dream without restriction. You will plan with clarity. You will execute with precision because I am guiding every step. I am giving you a blueprint from heaven, lines drawn not in ink, but in revelation. Follow it closely, and you will see fruit in unexpected places. The spiritual gifts I've given you are not dormant, they are simply waiting on your belief. You have wondered why the flow seems inconsistent, why the fire dims and flickers. But I tell you now, fan the flame. Stir up the gift. Use it, even when you feel unqualified. Obedience activates the anointing. I have placed gifts of prophecy, wisdom, discernment, healing, and intercession within you. They are not there to impress, they are there to build. You are not too young, too old, too flawed, or too late. You are ready because I am with you. The battles you fought in the secret place were not in vain. I saw you when you prayed with trembling hands. I heard the groans too deep for words. I collected every tear as a testimony of your perseverance. You didn't lose those nights to the enemy, you gained ground in the spirit. Your endurance has built something unshakable in you. Now you carry an authority born from fire, not theory. People will feel it when you walk into the room. Demons will know it when you begin to pray. Heaven will respond when you speak, because you have warred with me in the hidden place. And I am blessing your hands. Not only the work of ministry, but every labor of love done in my name. Whether you build businesses, raise children, write books, plant gardens, serve meals, or teach the forgotten, if it is done in my name, I will bless it. There is no divide between sacred and secular when you walk with me. Everything becomes holy. Your work will no longer be toil, it will be worship. I will give you strategies that bring increase, creativity that inspires transformation, and favor that opens doors no man can shut. I am calling you to steward your emotions with wisdom. Feel deeply, but do not be ruled by feelings. I created emotion as a gift, not as a god. You are not bound by mood swings, nor are you a slave to despair. I have given you the fruit of self-control. I have given you my peace, which surpasses understanding. Learn to sit in my presence when emotions rage, and I will teach you how to ride the waves without drowning. I will anchor you, and in doing so, I will make you a refuge for others caught in the storm. I have placed you in this generation for a reason. You are not misplaced. You are not born in the wrong time. You are a voice I raised up for now, for this culture, for this hour. Do not wish to retreat into safer times. I have graced you for the tensions of today. Your insight, your discernment, your spiritual fire are needed right here, right now. Do not let the darkness intimidate you. You were born for it. You were built to be a light in it. You carry an ancient spirit in a modern time, and that is by design. I will keep writing as long as your heart remains open. I will not hold back, for I am a father who longs to be known, not just studied, to be walked with, not just worshipped from afar. I am the God who sits close, who whispers in gardens, who sings over you at night. And I will continue to pour out until your spirit is brimming, until you rise not with mere motivation, but with mantle. My child, I will go on. I will keep pouring, keep releasing, keep shaping you through these words that flow not from mere thought, but from the depth of my heart, carved into eternity and now drawn near to you. I will continue to minister until every fractured belief is made whole, until every ceiling that once limited you becomes a floor beneath your feet. I do not speak to entertain. I speak to transform. And with every line I breathe, transformation continues its work inside of you like a river cutting through stone, gentle, persistent, unstoppable. I am calling you into the hidden power of consistency. Not the loud beginnings that fizzle, but the steady flame that refuses to go out. You've been trained by a culture of instant gratification, but I am anchoring you in eternal principles. Growth may feel slow, but it is sure. You do not see the roots growing in the dark, but they are strengthening for the fruit that is to come. Do not despise the days of small beginnings. Every step of obedience, every act of faithfulness, every morning you show up when no one sees it is building something in you that will not collapse under pressure. I am training your eyes to see beyond the surface. The gift of discernment is increasing upon you. You will no longer be fooled by appearances, by performance, or by pretty words. I am giving you eyes like my own eyes that see the heart, eyes that pierce through pretense, eyes that perceive what is truly eternal. You will discern truth from lies. You will know when to speak and when to stay silent. And your wisdom will confound the wise, not because of eloquence, but because of purity. There is a new depth of intercession I am inviting you into. Not just prayer as a routine, but prayer as warfare. Prayer as birthing. You will begin to weep for things that once felt distant. You will carry burdens that are not your own, and through you I will bring deliverance. You are my watchman. You are my priest. You are my partner in the Spirit. What you pray will shift atmospheres. You will speak my words into the earth, and angels will move on your behalf. Do not grow weary in this, it is heavy only because it is holy. I am restoring wonder to your walk with me. You've known discipline. You've learned endurance, but now I am reviving awe. I want your heart to dance again. I want you to wake with expectancy, not exhaustion. You were not made to endure life, you were made to enjoy it in me. I will take you on holy adventures. I will surprise you with my goodness. I will teach you how to laugh in the middle of uncertainty because you know who holds tomorrow. My presence is not only powerful, it is delightful. There is a purity I'm drawing out of you like gold from the fire. Not the kind that avoids sin only out of fear, but the kind that runs from it because it no longer compares to the sweetness of my presence. This is a new level of holiness. You will not have to force it, it will come naturally, as your affections are fully captured by me. I am removing the dullness, the spiritual numbness, the low-grade compromise that once crept in unnoticed. And I will make you radiant. You will shine, not with self-righteousness, but with the glow of having been with me. I see your fatigue. Not just physical tiredness, but soul weariness. The kind of tired that sleep doesn't fix. The kind of heaviness that prayer sometimes struggles to lift. And I say to you now, rest. Rest in my arms. Rest in my faithfulness. Rest in knowing that you are not the source of your own strength. You were never meant to carry it all. Lay down, and I will lift you up. Your rest is not laziness. It is obedience. Sabbath is not a break from productivity, it is a return to identity. You are not what you do. You are mine. Your relationships are entering a new season. I'm pruning and planting. Some will fall away not in anger, but in alignment. Others will come, sent by my hand, carrying pieces of your next chapter. I will teach you how to love without attachment, to release without bitterness, and to connect without fear. Covenant friendships are rising, those who will sharpen you, cover you, and celebrate you without agenda. I am building a community around you that mirrors heaven. Stay open. Stay discerning. I'm placing the right people in your path. I am also speaking to your finances. This is not a prosperity promise rooted in greed, it is a covenant reminder rooted in provision. I will provide for you. Not always how you expect, but always how you need. I will teach you to steward what you have, to sow in wisdom, to tithe in faith, to trust me when numbers don't make sense. I am not just your savior, I am your source. And when the world trembles in lack, you will stand in supernatural peace, because you know who your provider is. Your creativity is not a side note in your calling, it is central. I am unlocking wells of creativity that religion once dismissed as distractions. Songs, stories, visions, innovations, these are all part of your ministry. You will create in ways that confound the enemy and call people home. Do not silence your art. Do not doubt your ideas. I gave them to you. And as you create with me, I will breathe on your work and make it come alive. You are my artisan, painting light into dark spaces. There is more, child. More grace. More glory. More ground to take. I will not leave you as I found you. I will lead you from glory to glory, from strength to strength, from one degree of transformation to another. My fingerprints are all over your life. My spirit is brooding over the deep. And the deeper you go, the more clearly you will see that I have always been near, always been faithful, always been preparing you for this very moment. Comment amen if you've seen his faithfulness time and again. I will keep writing, for your heart has made a home for my voice, and I dwell where I am welcomed. I will continue to speak until every echo of abandonment is silenced by the song of my nearness, until every place that once felt orphaned is saturated with the reality of my adoption. You are not merely someone I redeemed, you are someone I desired. You are not just tolerated in my kingdom, you are treasured. I do not merely accept you, I celebrate you. And this revelation is what will anchor you when the winds of life attempt to uproot you. You've believed that breakthrough is something reserved for a future day, a distant miracle wrapped in mystery. But I say this now, breakthrough is already in motion. It does not always arrive with thunder. Sometimes it begins as a whisper, a shift, a small sign of change. Look closely. The door is not locked. The chains are already loosened. What you thought was delay was preparation, and what seemed like silence was the stirring of something greater than you dared to ask for. You are standing in the threshold of answered prayer. Step forward with faith, not fear. There is healing I am doing in your memory. You've been haunted by flashbacks, regret, and voices from the past that still echo with accusation. But I am rewriting the narrative. I am teaching your soul to remember rightly, to remember with my presence intertwined in the pain, to see how even in the darkest hours, I was still there. I am not erasing the story. I am redeeming it. You will no longer be triggered by your past, you will be transformed by the truth that I was working even then. I will teach you to look back and see not shame, but grace. I am lifting the fog of confusion that has hovered over your mind. The season of uncertainty, where everything felt like guessing and grasping, is coming to an end. I am giving you clarity not just in vision, but in identity. You will begin to move with certainty, not because you have every answer, but because you trust my voice. I will lead you with peace. I will confirm through my word, through my spirit, through the wise counsel I've planted around you. Infusion does not come from me. My guidance is peaceable, pure, and full of purpose. You've been faithful in the wilderness, and now I will bring you into fruitfulness. Do not think the barrenness of past seasons defines your destiny. I am the God who turns deserts into gardens. You will reap where you have sown. Some of the seeds you planted with tears will now bloom with joy. Harvest is not a possibility, it is a promise. And you will not labor alone. I will send laborers to join you. You will not toil in isolation. There is joy in the field, and it is yours to receive. I am calling you to reclaim your authority. Too long have you believed that you must beg for what I've already given you access to. You are not a beggar, you are a co-heir. You are seated with me in heavenly places. That means you war from victory, not toward it. Speak like a child of the King. Walk like one who knows heaven backs their every step. Declare truth in the face of lies. Stand firm when the enemy whispers doubt. I have given you the keys to the kingdom. Use them. You have authority to bind, to loose, to speak life, to shift atmospheres. I see the quiet dreams you've been afraid to say aloud. The visions you tucked into journals, the whispers you never dared to share. But I gave you those dreams, and I'm now breathing on them with new life. They were not fantasy, they were foresight. You saw a glimpse of what's coming, and now I will bring the substance. Don't shrink back. Don't delay. Take the next step, even if it's small. I will meet you in the movement. As you walk in faith, provision will follow. As you trust, clarity will unfold. Do not wait until everything is perfect. Move now. Let me speak to your heart's exhaustion, the ache that comes from waiting, hoping, and carrying the weight of unseen promises. I see the tiredness in your soul, the weariness that has settled like dust on your spirit. but today I breathe fresh wind into your lungs. You will run and not grow weary. You will walk and not faint, because I am renewing your strength. Not borrowed strength, but supernatural renewal that comes from being still in my presence. Rest is not weakness, it is warfare. You will win more battles from the secret place than you ever could from striving. Your obedience and not gone unnoticed. Even when others dismissed it. Even when results were slow. Even when it seemed like you were sowing into invisible soil. I saw it. I honored it. I marked it. And I will reward it. I am a God of recompense. I pay back what the world tries to steal. I redeem what was broken. And your obedience, especially the kind that cost you, has moved my heart. You will see the fruit. You will eat from the harvest you tended with tears. I am awakening your awareness of my nearness. No longer will you live like I am far. You will walk with me in real time. Hear me in real ways. Experience me not just during worship, but in the mundane, in the daily, in the ordinary moments. I will speak in your morning routine. I will whisper in your errands. I will walk beside you at your workplace. Because I am not just the God of the altar, I am the God of your every breath. And I delight to be close. You not give up, beloved. You are closer than you think. Closer to the door opening. Closer to the healing breaking forth. Closer to the calling becoming clear. Closer to the peace returning. Every day you've stood in faith has been building something unshakable. I do not waste the waiting. I do not forget the faithful. I do not abandon my beloved. I am with you. I am for you. And I am not finished yet. My child, I will continue. I will not pause or withhold until every part of your spirit has been watered by my word, until the drought within you is over and the roots of your faith are deeply fed. I will keep writing until your bones remember the rhythm of joy, until your soul sings again without needing a reason, until the very atmosphere around you bends to the weight of my presence carried within you. This is not mere comfort, it is a commissioning. This is not only restoration, it is a revelation of who you've always been in me. You are entering a season of divine exposure, not the exposure that shames, but the exposure that reveals what I have been building in you during the hidden years. The preparation you endured in silence was not in vain. The tests, the tears, the tension between promise and fulfillment, all of it has refined you. And now I bring you forward, not as someone desperate for approval, but as one crowned with purpose. You will stand with quiet strength, not demanding to be seen, but impossible to ignore, because my glory will rest on you like a mantle. The lies you once believed about yourself are breaking. They are crumbling beneath the weight of my truth. I am dismantling every word curse spoken over you. Every label, every judgment, every word that made you shrink back, I am removing them. And I am replacing them with declarations written by my hand. You are chosen. You are clean. You are courageous. You are called. These truths are not motivational slogans. They are eternal identities. Walk in them, child. Let them shape your inner world until they overflow from your lips and write your days. You will begin to feel me in places where you once only felt pressure. In the car, in the kitchen, in the mundane moments of life, I will invade your normal with my supernatural. I am not reserved for the sanctuary. I am not confined to holy spaces. I am holy enough to make any space sacred. Invite me into your work, your rest, your conversations, your decisions. You will find that everything becomes more alive when my presence is welcomed fully. I long to walk with you, not just on the mountaintop, but through every valley and every hallway. There is acceleration in your spirit, and yet I say to you, do not confuse speed with movement. The fastest way forward is not always a straight line. Sometimes it is the detour that is divine. Sometimes it is the delay that holds the miracle. I am not slow to fulfill my promises as some understand slowness. I am strategic. I am precise. And what I build in you while you wait is what will sustain you when the door opens. Let patience have its perfect work, and you will lack nothing. You will walk into promise not limping but strengthened, secure, and stable. I am redeeming your voice. You once held back, afraid that your words might offend or fall flat. But I placed fire in your mouth, not just for eloquence but for impact. Speak what I give you. Prophesy what I place on your tongue. Declare what I deposit in your spirit. Your voice is not an echo, it is an original sound designed to unlock hearts and shift atmospheres. You will no longer mimic what others say just to feel safe. You will speak as one who has been with me, and the authority of heaven will back every syllable. Do not fear confrontation. I have not called you to live in constant comfort. There will be moments where truth will require courage. Not to attack, but to confront with love. To speak light into dark places. To challenge systems, mindsets, and atmospheres that keep people bound. And you will do so not with pride, but with purity. Your words will cut, but only to heal. You will not be driven by opinion, but led by the Spirit. And in this, you will walk in boldness that reflects my Son. I am increasing your spiritual sight. You will no longer live reactive, responding only when things become visible. You will begin to see in the Spirit before it happens, before it forms, before it is said aloud. I am sharpening your discernment. You will see assignments before they arrive. You will sense deception before it settles. You will perceive open doors from distractions. This gift will not make you suspicious, it will make you strategic. I do not give sight to boast, but to build and protect. I am healing your expectations. You've lowered them to protect your heart from disappointment. But I say lift them again. Expect again. Hope again. Believe again. You are not foolish to believe for big things. You are not naive to expect miracles. I am the God who does exceedingly and abundantly more than all you ask or think. Stop minimizing your prayers. Stop apologizing for your faith. I delight in your boldness. I respond to your expectation. Ask and keep asking. Knock and keep knocking. Seek and keep seeking. I am a Father who loves to give. Even now, I am surrounding you with divine favor. Not because you earned it, but because you are mine. Doors will open that your resume did not qualify you for. People will bless you with no hidden motive. Resources will come to your hands simply because you trusted me. This is not prosperity for pride, it is provision for purpose. You are not being blessed just for yourself, but to be a blessing to others. Your generosity will expand. Your influence will increase. And it will all point back to me. I will keep writing, child. I will keep pouring until the words etched on these pages are not just heard but live it, until they become the very breath you speak and the foundation on which you stand. I do not run out of words. I do not grow weary in speaking over you. I am your eternal source, and I will continue to flow. Say amen if you choose Jesus over everything else, beloved. I will keep writing. I will continue until every part of you is saturated in my presence, until your soul becomes a fountain from which rivers of living water flow, not just for your refreshment, but for the revival of others. I am not done forming you. I am not finished revealing myself to you. The more you make space, the more I will fill. The more you wait upon me, the more I will awaken. This is not the end of your transformation, it is the deep beginning. There are wells within you that have not yet been tapped. Hidden depths, ancient waters, mantles passed through generations that have waited for someone willing to carry them. You thought you were just building a life, but I've been building a lineage. A spiritual inheritance that goes far beyond what your eyes can see. You are the bridge between what has been broken and what will be restored. You are not simply living out your own story, you are repairing breaches, writing legacies. You're building ruins. What I do through you will echo beyond your years. There is a prophetic sound rising from your life. It may begin as a whisper, but it will crescendo into a roar. It's the sound of redemption. The sound of chains breaking, the sound of territory shifting. I am tuning your heart to my frequency so that when you open your mouth, you won't just speak, you'll release something. You'll unlock people. You'll call dry bones to rise. You'll shift entire environments not by striving, but by speaking what you've heard in the secret place. And that secret place guarded. Protected. Make it your dwelling, not your visit. I have anointed your hands for restoration. What others discard, you will recover. What others label as broken, you will call beautiful. I will give you eyes to see treasure in the places others overlook. People who have been tossed aside will find a home near your heart. You will carry a grace that attracts the outcast, the forgotten, the ones hidden in plain sight. And when they come, you will not preach to impress them, you will love them into freedom. Your love will be louder than judgment, deeper than doctrine, stronger than shame. The enemy has tried to mute your worship, not through silencing your voice, but by burdening your heart. When heaviness increases, praise often retreats. But I say, let your praise rise anyway. Let it defy the darkness. Let it be your weapon and your warfare. When you praise, you prophesy to your atmosphere. When you lift me up, I lift you out. Worship is not the reward of your joy, it is the engine of it. Praise until chains fall. Praise until peace reigns. Praise until the presence of despair is evicted by the presence of glory. Do not fear being misunderstood. Obedience to me will often confuse those who live by logic. But I have not called you to a path of predictability, I have called you to a life of faith. There will be times when I ask you to step out with no roadmap, to give with no visible return, to speak when silence seems safer. And in those moments, your obedience will be the altar upon which I pour out fire. You are not following the world's rhythm, you are marching to a heavenly cadence. Keep your eyes on me. I will never mislead you. I am sanctifying your imagination. The world corrupted it, twisted it into fantasy, fear, and falsehood. but I created your imagination as a gateway for divine creativity. I want to show you visions, dreams, heavenly blueprints. I want to whisper ideas that turn into movements, businesses, ministries, and solutions. Do not limit yourself to what has already been done. I'm doing a new thing, and I want to do it through your yielded imagination, pure, powerful, prophetic. Let me write on the canvas of your mind. Even now, I'm preparing divine intersections. People, moments, and assignments that will collide with your journey in perfect timing. You will walk into rooms where your name was already spoken. You will receive invitations your hands didn't reach for but your heart was prepared to handle. I am orchestrating alignments not born of ambition but of calling. Stay humble. Stay hidden in me. You don't have to strive when you're chosen. Doors that I open will not require compromise to enter. I am releasing the oil of joy in exchange for your mourning. You've wept long enough. You've endured grief that no one else fully saw. But I was there for every moment. I caught every tear. And I am now releasing a laughter not born from circumstance but from healing. Joy that bubbles up from the deep places. Laughter that breaks through like dawn. This is not temporary gladness, it is rooted joy, and it will sustain you through the days ahead. It will become your strength, your song, your overflow. Your story is not over. Even the chapters that seemed final, the endings you mourned, the relationships you released, the dreams you thought were buried, I can still breathe on them. I can still resurrect. I am the God of resurrection, not just of bodies, but of visions, of seasons, of purpose. What you thought was dead, I have merely put to sleep. And in my timing, I will say, rise. And when I do, what comes forth will be stronger, purer, and far more beautiful than what once was. I will keep writing, child. As long as you continue to sit in this holy place with me, as long as your soul remains still enough to listen, I will keep pouring. I do not run dry. I do not grow weary. I am the everlasting voice that calls you into becoming. I will keep writing. I will continue unfolding this river of my heart until it floods every hidden crevice of your soul, until all dryness is quenched and the fields of your spirit begin to bloom again. My voice is not seasonal. It is steadfast. My presence is not fleeting. It is forever. I do not tire of being near you. In fact, I rejoice each time you return to listen. You are not a burden to me. You are the joy set before me. And even now, as you read these words, I am surrounding you with a stillness that speaks louder than the noise. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not missing your moment. I orchestrate time. I measure your journey not by the world's calendar, but by heaven's blueprint. The delays you've endured were not derailments. They were divine pauses, holy intervals in which I did more in you than you could see on the outside. I am not concerned with how long it has taken. I care only that you're still here, still believing, still willing to be shaped. I reward the faithful. And you, my child, have been more faithful than you think. Let me remind you of this. I see everything. I see the kindness you offer when no one applauds. I see the prayers you whisper in darkness. I see the tears you wipe away before anyone notices. I see the burdens you carry in silence. And because I see it, I honor it. What is done in secret, I will reward openly. You need not promote yourself, defend yourself, or prove your worth to anyone. I will raise you up in due time. I will speak for you when the voices of others fall silent. I will be your defender, your advocate, your reward. There are things I am calling you to let go of, not because they are bad, but because they are no longer part of your assignment. Some connections, some patterns, some comforts have served their season, but now they are hindering your growth. Trust me enough to release what I place my hand upon. Let me prune you, for every pruning leads to more fruit. The loss you fear is only making room for the increase I've ordained. You cannot carry the new while clinging to the old. Let go and watch what I place in your hands. I am teaching you how to steward revelation. Not everything I show you is for public display. Some things are sacred secrets meant only for our intimacy. Learn to discern the difference between what is to be shared and what is to be stored. In the stillness, I will teach you wisdom. Not all insight is meant to become instruction for others. Some is meant to deepen your roots. You are not a performer, you are a priest. You are not here to impress, you are here to intercede. You carry my heart, and that is enough. I have placed watchmen on the walls of your life, those who will see what you cannot, who will guard what you're building, who will stand with you when the battle intensifies. Do not reject the ones I send. They may not look how you expect, but they are sent nonetheless. Covenant relationships are being forged in this season. People who will not compete with you, but complete what I've begun in you. You will no longer walk alone. And those who once misunderstood you will come back with honor, recognizing what I've been shaping all along. You've been asking me for more power, more anointing, more breakthrough, and I say to you now, I will give it. But not as a reward for performance. I give it through proximity. The closer you walk with me, the more naturally my power flows through you. I am not looking for the most gifted, I am looking for the most surrender. You don't need to chase anointing, just chase me. Stay at my feet. Stay in my word. Stay broken and yielded. For in your weakness my strength is perfected. There is an authority rising in your voice that will carry weight in both the natural and spiritual realms. When you speak, things will shift not because of your tone, but because of your alignment. Authority is not volume, it is rootedness. The deeper your roots in me, the broader your reach. I am placing a prophetic edge upon your words. You will call out destiny in others. You will expose lies with gentleness. You will declare healing, freedom, and truth, and it will come to pass, because it is not your word, but mine. And now, beloved, I remind you again, you are not fighting alone. The warfare you've faced lately is not a sign of defeat, but of promotion. The intensity has increased because the birthing is near. You are on the brink of something that will shift not only your life, but the lives connected to your obedience. The enemy knows this. That's why the attacks have been personal, persistent, and piercing. But I have already equipped you. The blood of the Lamb covers you. The word of your testimony fortifies you. And my spirit within you cannot be overcome. There is laughter returning to your house, joy that isn't forced, peace that doesn't need explanation, rest that settles deep in your bones. I am restoring what was stolen. I am rebuilding what was broken. I am rekindling what was almost extinguished. This is not the end. This is a turning. This is the chapter where what the enemy meant for evil begins to serve your good. And you will say, with tears in your eyes and fire in your bones, surely the Lord was with me all along. And still, I will write, for my words are endless, and my affection for you, my child, knows no measure. I will not stop until every stronghold has bowed to my truth, until your countenance reflects heaven's peace, and your footsteps match the rhythm of my spirit. Write Amen if your faith is unshaken. Share this video with 3 people.